The Arctic Ocean, the most hostile body of water on Earth. No mercy, no memory, no witnesses. Whatever goes down here, stays down here. Until now, November 1968. A Soviet nuclear submarine departs its Arctic base on a routine patrol. 72 men, one vessel, one mission. The Kremlin tracks it for 6 hours. Then the signal disappears. No distress call, no wreckage, no survivors.
Captain, this return at 400 meters is too large for geology. Increase sensitivity. Let's get a better reading.
Moving to secondary, starting dimension measurements. Look, with each sweep, it's becoming more defined.
Then,
Good, let's
a
get this
Norwegian research vessel doing routine seabed mapping picks up something on sonar. 400 meters below, 90 meters long. The shape is too regular to be geology, too large to be anything else. They call it in immediately. Within 48 hours, the coordinates are classified. Within 72 hours, the salvage fleet is mobilized.
Thrusters free. Umbilical secure. All checks complete. Ready for lift. Confirmed. Lift
The
away.
ROV goes in first. 400 meters of absolute darkness. Marine snow drifting through the light beams like a slow-motion blizzard.
$280 meters.
The ocean floor arriving out of nowhere. Flat gray silt. Undisturbed. Ancient. The ROV moves forward following the coordinates. Then, at the edge of the light range, something. The lights converge, the darkness surrenders, and there she is.
Discovered.
Exactly where she went down in 1968. A Soviet November-class nuclear submarine, sitting on the Arctic Ocean floor as if she simply parked there and the crew stepped out for a moment. The periscope still raised, the antenna masts still extended. The torpedo tube doors sealed in their closed position. The propeller blades in their last set pitch. She has been waiting here for 56 years. The hull breach tells the story. An internal explosion, amidships, catastrophic. The hull plating bent outward, not inward. Whatever happened, happened inside. The crew never had a chance to transmit. The crew never had a chance at all.
Adding to the log.
Command, this is Arctic Explorer. We have a significant find. ROV data confirms a large formation at the marked position. Request immediate support.
The breach is here. We traced the load path to these strong points. What about the strap tension here? Good catch.
The salvage operation takes 3 weeks to plan and 3 days to execute. Saturation divers work at 400 meters, attaching 4 heavy lift straps to the hull.
Contact. Securing end.
First strap connection locked and secure.
The crane takes the load. The silt bond of 56 years begins to crack. And then, slowly, reluctantly, the submarine leaves the ocean floor. The sound of 56 years of Arctic Ocean floor releasing its hold on something it was never meant to keep.
Load climbing, 29,500, 29,600, 20...
She rises through the water column. 200 meters, 100 meters, 50 meters. Then, the sail breaks the surface. For the first time since 1968.
Line's tight, bring her in steady! Fender's making contact, hold position! Gates closing, clear the area.
Water streaming from the periscope, from the antenna masts, from every surface. Nobody on the salvage fleet says anything for a long time.
This plating is compromised. Check the framing.
Agreed. Scanning the supports now.
The corrosion is deep. Document it.
Oxygen 20.9%. Carbon monoxide 0 ppm. Hydrogen sulfide 0 ppm.
The entry team goes in through the sail hatch. The control room is exactly as it was left. The chart table, the navigation plot, the last position marked at 14:31 hours, the diving planes set to dive angle. The depth gauge frozen at 380 meters. The communications console, a signal pad with an incomplete last entry in Russian, a sentence that stopped mid-word, and on top of the console, a Soviet naval officer's cap, left there by someone who never came back for it. The crew quarters are the hardest, personal items on every bunk, a photograph tucked into a frame, a book left open at the last page someone read, and beneath one bunk, a pair of boots, waiting for their owner since 1968. We leave 2 boot-shaped impressions in 56-year-old dust when we lift them. Those impressions stay. We seal them behind conservation glass. Because some things deserve to be remembered exactly as they were found.
Locking dog 1, release. Locking dog 2, release. Locking dog 3, release. Check dosimeters. Seal breached. Proceed.
1 fully inserted, 2 confirmed, 3 shutdown position, 4 all inserted. Containment is
The
intact.
restoration takes 14 months. Every instrument in the control room removed individually. Restored, recalibrated, returned, every wire replaced, every seal renewed, every system rebuilt to original specification. The authentic Soviet naval black, returned coat by coat. And then, the master circuit breaker, closed for the first time since 1968.
Looks solid.
The control room comes alive in a single simultaneous cascade.
Connection secure. Ready below?
Confirmed. All clear below.
Every instrument, every display, every console, the authentic Soviet red battle lighting flooding the space, the navigation computer beginning its initialization sequence, a control room that was frozen in 1968, breathing again.
Fuel pressure? Fuel pressure confirmed. Thumbs up. Coolant system ready.
Both
Control room
diesel
restart checks
engines
complete.
start on the
Requesting
first
start
attempt.
Authorization granted.
The sound fills the Norwegian fjord, a sound this fjord has never heard before. Soviet submarine diesel engines at idle in a Norwegian fjord, running for the first time in 56 years. The last mooring line is cast off, and she moves, under her own power, for the first time since 1968. Down the center of the fjord, the gentle bow wave spreading across the still water on both sides, the fjord mountain walls watching in silence. Then she dives. The bow goes under first, the forward deck awash, the sail, the navigation lights, gone beneath the surface, the fjord turbulence spreading and fading, and then nothing, just the fjord, just the water, just the silence. Somewhere beneath that dark Norwegian fjord water, a Soviet submarine that was lost for 56 years is running again. Her navigation lights on, her systems alive, her crew remembered. 72 men who went down with her in 1968 and never came home. We could not bring them back, but we brought back their submarine. And we made sure that the world will never forget that they were here. Subscribe. There are more machines out there, more silences that need to be broken. We are going to find them.